strategy.
Yeah, first of all, happy Navratri to all of you guys and all the viewers of ET Now. It was a happening weekend, with all the news flow surrounding the H-1B visa. But I think, the markets are poised. We were discussing this on Friday session also, that the markets are poised, at a zone where it requires some bit of a breather or a consolidation. We are seeing that 25,000 to 25,500 broadly could act as a trading range for the Nifty, and 25,500 mark is where we've seen some resistance coming back in from the call writers. So I think that's where we've managed to take resistance for the indices. I don't see a major correction happening into the indices over the very near term. Yes, there could be few odd sector churns which could happen with the spate of news flow which has come across over this weekend. But I think largely it should just about be the index consolidating, just drifting down lower, coming back towards maybe a 20-day moving average or a shorter mean for the Nifty over the very near term. I believe that if in case we settle down at 25,050, 25,100 on the Nifty spot levels, that I believe could be a very good contrapoint to start initiating fresh longs on the index, purely in terms of risk reward.
Right, okay. So that's the market setup view coming in from Kunal. But Kunal, today, other than the entire IT space, you will have a lot of these GST beneficiaries that will once again be in focus here. Autos, insurance, FMCG. Do you believe the market has largely priced in everything that was supposed to be priced in, and today we could see a subdued move, or do you expect renewed excitement, at least for today, in some of these sectors?
See, I think it's a very interesting question because there could be multiple things which could happen. Over the last 1 week, we've seen auto stocks receding a bit.
Right.
So there could be a point where, because the pressure comes back into the IT stocks, the auto stocks would start to come back into slight bit of an outperformance over there, or at least show that resilience nature which was missing over the last 1 week. And then there could be offset which could come back into the other sectors. So generally we've seen that the index goes into a balanced approach when you see one sector getting a very skewed kind of a price action. So my expectation is that because post the IT, the heavyweight sector other than the IT is financials or banks. So I think in that sense, I would probably expect that the banks and the financials could start to show some bit of resilience and outperformance. And then you have already seen recovery for many of the PSU names. The most interesting data is even till Friday, I think it was 8th consecutive day of an open interest reduction for the index futures, specifically for Bank Nifty. So it tells you that the shorts are taking their positions out from the banking index. And then, that I believe could be a positive stance. So with the news flow which has come across over the weekend and Navratri and GST, kicker starting off from today onwards, I think it should aid the other sectors. Maybe I think few of the sectors like IT could remain under pressure for some more time.
Kunal, so just to understand this better, you're saying that the other sectors like financials or something could do better today because largely IT could be in pressure.
Yes, because when the index has to balance, if one sector gets into a lot of pressure, then the other sectors, they play their own part in terms of just trying to protect the markets and not break those key levels.
Oh, indeed, Kunal. But specifically on the IT space, Kunal, some of these heavyweights like TCS, Infosys, they are expected to be hammered. Or, of course, we know the news flow about the hike in the H-1B visa hike, but even that clarification is giving some bit of a breather where analysts expect that FY27 onwards where the impact will be. Well, what's your take on the stocks like TCS, Infosys and Infosys to start with?
Even I became a fundamental analyst over the last weekend because I had to see a lot of data points of how this could impact for many of these IT companies. As an opportunistic, I think over here, one has to look out for those opportunities of extremes. So in case if the reaction at the start is extreme for few of the large cap IT stocks, then I believe that could be an opportunity. If it's maybe a 2% kind of a gap down, say broadly for many of these IT names, I don't see a major opportunity arising over here because then maybe the markets could have factored in the news flow. But if it's in case more than 5% or 10% drop down for many of these IT companies, that I believe could probably throw in an opportunity. So you have to be a lot more specific with the kind of opportunities the markets throws post the opening.
Okay, so that's the take coming in on some of these IT stocks.